Imagine a typical morning. You walk into a supermarket. There's a beautiful pyramid of avocados by the checkout. The price tag is high, but it's worth it. It's fresh, organic, it's straight from the farmer. That's exactly what it says on the bright sticker. You pick one out. It's hard. That means it will ripen at home. You take it home. You put it on the windowsill. You wait 3 days, 5, a week. It either stays rock hard or turns black right before your eyes without ever reaching a state of readiness. And you get angry. You get angry at the avocado, but you should be angry at something else entirely. Because here is a fact that the food industry really doesn't want you to know. The avocado you see on the fresh produce shelf may have spent anywhere from a few months to 2 years in special storage facilities, without rotting, without decomposing, without a single smell. This isn't science fiction. This isn't a conspiracy theory. This is certified technology used by the world's largest distributors. Today, we're going to talk about how one little dark green superfood turned into one of the food industry's most manipulative products, about the chemistry that stops time, about the money for which you are being deliberately misled, and about why the word fresh on the packaging means almost nothing. To understand the scale of the problem, let's look at some numbers. The avocado is one of the greatest agricultural phenomena of the 21st century. In 2000, Americans ate about 1 billion avocados a year. Today, it's over 8 billion. In the U.S. alone, the global avocado market exceeds $13 billion annually, and it continues to grow. More than 80% of the avocados Americans eat are grown in Mexico, primarily in the state of Michoacán. From farm to store is 3,000 to 5,000 kilometers. No planes, trucks, ships, trailers, containers. The question, how does a fruit that naturally ripens in 3-7 days after being cut and spoils within a few more survive such a journey and look brand new? The answer is much more complicated and disturbing than you think. First, let's deal with basic biology. The avocado is a unique fruit. It doesn't ripen on the tree. As long as it hangs on the branch, it remains hard and tasteless, indefinitely. Ripening begins only after picking, when the fruit starts producing a hormone, a gas called ethylene. Ethylene is what triggers the process. Hard pulp becomes soft, chlorophyll breaks down, the skin darkens, fats oxidize, and that creamy taste appears. Naturally, this takes 3 to 7 days, but back in the 1930s, scientists discovered that if you drastically lower the temperature and change the composition of the air around the fruit, the ethylene production process can be almost completely stopped. Today, this technology is called controlled atmosphere storage. Here's how it works. Avocados are picked before ripening, hard as a rock. They are placed in airtight chambers where the temperature is lowered to +3.7 degrees. Most of the oxygen is pumped out of the chambers and replaced with a mixture of nitrogen and CO2. In this environment, the fruit's cells sleep. Metabolism slows down to almost zero. Ethylene, if it appears, is immediately removed by filters or neutralized by chemical absorbers. Result: an avocado can lie in this state for 1 to 3 months without any visible changes. Some suppliers claim storage of up to 6 months under the right conditions. But that's not all. After transportation, the avocado arrives at a so-called ripening facility. This is a special plant where thousands of boxes of avocados wake up on schedule. Here, synthetic ethylene comes into play. The fruits are placed in special chambers and exposed to the gas, the same one they were supposed to produce on their own. The procedure triggers ripening artificially. Within 24-48 hours, a rock-hard avocado becomes ready to eat. This practice is perfectly legal in the US and EU. Synthetic ethylene is officially considered identical to natural. The FDA requires no labeling. Therefore, the avocado you buy ripe and ready to eat may have been picked 2 months ago. But here is where the real scandal begins. Literally. In 2019, the New Zealand company Windfall Genetics, in partnership with American researchers, published the results of a long-term experiment. They tested new varieties of avocados in modified atmosphere conditions and discovered that certain varieties of the fruit maintain acceptable nutritional indicators even after 18-24 months of storage. Acceptable is the key word. Not identical to fresh. Not excellent. Acceptable, meaning fit for sale. Most commercial avocados, of course, do not lie that long. It is logistically unprofitable, but real storage terms before reaching the store can regularly be 2 to 4 months, and from picking to your table, up to 6 months. And no law requires the store to inform you of the picking date, only the packaging date, and packaging can happen after the storage is finished. Now, the most important question: if an avocado is stored for months, what remains of its superfood reputation? Studies by the University of California, Davis, showed the following. Vitamin C content drops by 15–25% after 4 weeks in a controlled atmosphere. Some antioxidants, tocopherols, decrease by 10–20% in 8 weeks. Fat and calorie content remains stable. Texture and taste after artificial ripening are similar but not identical to natural. What does this mean in practice? Your avocado isn't poisoned, it's not harmful, but it's definitely not the product you're paying for. You are buying a superfood and getting a product that has already significantly lost what you are buying it for. And you pay quite a bit for it. The average price of an avocado in American supermarkets is $1.50–$2.50 each. Just 10 years ago, it was $0.50–0.80. Who is behind all this? The largest avocado distributors are a few big corporations: Mission Produce, Calavo Growers, Westpac Avocado. Together, they control over 60% of the avocado market in the U.S. They have their own refrigerated warehouses the size of several football fields, their own ripening centers, their own contracts with retail chains, Walmart, Costco, Kroger, Whole Foods. The system is built so that stores receive avocados on order of ripeness. If a retail chain says, "We need an avocado ready to eat for Friday," the distributor plans the ripening cycle for that date. An avocado that has been lying for 3 months wakes up exactly when the market needs it, not nature. And here it is worth mentioning another unpleasant thing. There is a reason why the avocado was nicknamed green gold. In the state of Michoacán, where most Mexican avocados are grown, cartels, first of all the Knights Templar and later the Jalisco New Generation, took control of entire agricultural regions. They collect tribute from every box of avocados. If a farmer refuses, threats, violence, murders. In 2019, AP and Reuters published detailed investigations. Hundreds of millions of dollars each year go into the pockets of criminal groups through the trade of avocados to the U.S. And in 2022, the USDA temporarily stopped avocado inspections in Michoacán after American inspectors received threats from the cartels. Meaning, your fresh avocado with an organic farm-to-table sticker literally might be funding organized crime. But here is the most amazing paradox of this whole story. Avocados are a truly wonderful product. Mono and polyunsaturated fats, vitamin K, folic acid, fiber, potassium. All these substances are indeed beneficial. Studies do confirm a positive effect on the cardiovascular system, but the avocado has become a victim of its own success. The demand turned out to be so crazy that the industry was forced to break the natural cycle of the product to manage to supply it in the necessary quantities. And in the process, it broke honesty. The word fresh stopped meaning anything specific. Today in the U.S., there is no clear federal standard for what fresh means on the packaging of a fruit or vegetable. The FDA has some recommendations, but no strict mandatory standards for unprocessed fruits. Fresh is a marketing term, not a legal one, not a scientific one. Think about this the next time you see the inscription "Fresh California Avocados" on a shelf next to products that have been in a controlled atmosphere for several months and were woken up by synthetic gas 48 hours ago. And another point that the food industry rarely discusses out loud. Avocados are one of the most water-intensive products on the planet. One fruit requires about 70 liters of water. For comparison, a glass of orange juice, 45 liters. A kilogram of beef, 1,600 liters. Avocados are somewhere in the middle, but the scale of production turns these figures into a catastrophe. Chile and Peru, the second largest producers of avocados, grow them in regions with a critical water deficit. Some Chilean rivers in the Petorca region have literally dried up due to illegal water intakes for avocado plantations. Organic, eco-friendly avocado, a beautiful sticker on a product that was grown at the cost of drying up a river. So, what have we found out today? Avocados can be stored in a controlled atmosphere from a few months up to 2 years, thanks to certified industrial technology. The ripening of most commercial avocados is artificially initiated by synthetic ethylene in special chambers. Nutritional value indeed decreases during long storage, although the product remains safe. The word fresh on packaging is a marketing term without a legal definition in the U.S. Behind green gold is a complex network of big business, organized crime, and environmental problems. Should you give up avocados? No, but you should be a conscious consumer. Buy avocados in local specialty stores where there is a real turnover of goods. Find out about the origin, check the packaging dates, and don't fall for the word fresh if there are no specific dates behind it. Because in the modern food market, freshness is often not the state of the product, but the state of your imagination, which is being very skillfully shaped. If this video opened something new to you, like it. Write in the comments, were you surprised or did you already suspect something similar? Subscribe, because next time we will analyze another product that everyone considers natural and healthy. Hint, it is orange in color. They grow in water, and they are caught in such a place that you will feel uncomfortable.